I know when she go home at the end of the night, she be like, these N-words with the ER, not the A, are so damn stupid. I don't have to waste my time writing no speech. I ain't gotta waste my time telling them what my policies, morals, and stances is for the America and what I plan on doing for America. All they care about is abortions, the continual overall sexualization of black women. All I gotta do is talk in a southern accent, no, I'm not from not damn southern state, and give them a little backyard barbecue with some check sodas and a little two-step. That's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else. I know she be like, y'all are so stupid. Everybody, Project 2025, Project 2025, Project 2026, Project 2027, Project 2028. What about this project mentality these folks think all black people have? My mama worked too hard to get herself out the project and to give us the best of the best in life. For me to conform to this foolishness just because these folks say they black. This is weird. It's weird. It's disrespectful. At least, because they've been lying to black people for centuries and centuries and centuries. At least when they lie to black people and they be like, I'm going to do this and you give me your vote. And they have a little bit of class and decorum and they going to sit there and tell you the sweet nothing. At least they do it with a little bit of class. A little bit. Kamala's just straight up telling y'all, this is what I think you're worth. This is what you think you're worth. And so I'm not even going to waste my time even trying to make it pretty for you because I think this is what you're worth and you think this is what you're worth. It's disrespectful. It's weird. I am ready for the cameras to come out and just be like, you big punks. Because this is weird behavior. If this is what y'all feel like y'all worth, then sorry, good luck. Like, I don't even know how to even compliment you on for thinking this is what you're worth. But I'm not conforming to this foolishness, bro. Play in somebody else's space, but you're not playing in mine. And this is me being nice about Miss Kamala. I have a whole opinion on this whole situation that I am not even going to say because y'all ain't ready for it. And I just know it's too much. It's one thing about me, I'm not meant to be a follower. Anytime I follow people in my life because I felt like I had to conform and do what they say do, and I've always regretted it. If I follow y'all down this path because I'm black and because she's a woman and because you're a Democrat, so you gotta vote blue no matter who they put in your face, this will be single-handedly the biggest regret of my life. I'm not doing it. I know for a fact I will regret it. It's enough.
In the mixing of all races. Trump is doing exactly the same thing.
They're poisoning the mental health institutions. They're poisoning the prisons.
Poisoning the blood of our country.
That was one line from a broader litany.
That's Hitler's line.
And so I'll tell you this, man. I went to the South Side of Chicago in this campaign against the advice of my campaign advisors because they said, why are you going there in the middle of a primary? I'm running to unite the country. You know what they're doing in Chicago right now, or at least at the time I went there? They were converting South Shore High School, a poor high school on the south side of Chicago, into an encampment for migrants who are in this country illegally at a cost of $7,000 per migrant per month.
Absolutely. That happened in New York a couple years ago.
There were things said in the room that I was in that were far more incendiary than what you just read right there. And I don't hold it against the people who were in that room with me because America First includes all Americans. And I think it is dead wrong that we are rewarding mass numbers of people who have entered this country illegally, breaking the law as they do it, coming in by the millions and rewarding them more than we are our own fellow citizens right here at home. So that's a major problem affecting people, black and white, Democrat, Republican, poor and middle class across this country. And yet we're sitting here obsessing over one word in a long paragraph that said poison the blood when it included a reference to mental health institutions and jails and other public resources in the United States. That is everything that's wrong with our media right now.
And it says, so you're telling me, at least the caption here says, make it make sense. And it says, so you're telling me they got white
dudes. What? You can't delete everything off the internet. So let me play this video for you.
I stand as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
Certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
What?
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually
medical
we're
school?
both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, so you guys seen a few of those clips, right? Now,
The lyrics before Kamala Harris the lyrics before Kamala Harris enters a rally is any I let hit is still attached, but you know this fact.
But actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
okay, so you guys seen a few of those clips, right? Now, again, father was Jamaican,
No black
mother was
Jamaican.
Indian, okay?
No black
when
Jamaican.
she ran as a senator in California, she ran as an Indian American. Facts. You can
Yeah,
go
no
Google
black
that. You can
Jamaican.
see the articles way back
Go to
when if
Jamaica
you really
and
want to
see
do your
all
research.
kinds of
That's cool.
nationalities over
Does it
there.
really matter what she is?
China
No.
man, the Indian man,
The point
all
that
of
we're
them.
making that black men
So-
do not like, that the media is doing, is she is showing up and trying to now claim
She's not black
to be
Jamaican.
predominantly black
She's
so
not
she can
Jamaican.
pander to the
Yeah,
black
her father's
community.
Jamaican, but
And
not
black
black
men,
Jamaican, like-
they're just not going to accept that. And she even went as far as trying to change her accent when she did her rally in Atlanta. Let's take a look at that.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in
2024.
2024. Yes, we will.
Fake
So
ass,
let's
country
get
shit.
right down.
Nonsense.
Healthcare Equality Index. You know how there is the ESG score, then that's the reason why we continue to see these companies, go woke and go broke, cough, cough, Bud Light. Did you know that there is something similar to the ESG score that applies to hospitals? It is called the Healthcare Equality Index. This is a scorecard that was developed for use in hospitals by the Human Rights Campaign, and the scorecard measures the equity and inclusion of their LGBTQ patients. This scorecard is on a 100-point scale, and they award points for doing things like asking children their pronouns, even though they have no history of gender dysphoria. Writing the child's pronouns on the whiteboard outside of their room, even though they have no history of gender dysphoria. Doing things like wearing a pin that has the trans flag to let people know which master you serve. Basically, you get woke points for pushing the agenda. And would you like to guess who is funding the Healthcare Equality Index?
I want to.
Have y'all ever seen him when he was pledging a black fraternity? Have you seen this before you thought? I gotta show the world. This white boy, he went to Howard. So I mean, you could go to Howard.
I said that.
If you're trying to pawn yourself off or something.
Oh, you went to Howard. Does that make her black?
Right, let's go here.
Foolish.
You gotta do Stemming. How about that? But he can't do nothing with them shoulders. Look at that.
He went in public and did this.
Yeah, bro.
Bruce, y'all about shimmy out shop, I throw out the water.
It's crazy. They we was to cut the volume up. They'll probably be actually calling good and that. Like he got away with this.
The New York City bodegas. Hold up. I'm gonna tell you. Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, never worked in this country, never paid Social Security tax, never paid a property tax, never put into the IRS, never paid anything into anything, came here with her damn hands stuck out, came from shithole country, wherever the hell you from, this individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82.
Damn.
For 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance.
How many
for
kids she
1
got?
month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow, this bitch who is literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm gonna say it again. This biatch who has never paid anything into the system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. The fuck? I really do need a goodie powder. That's just one. That's one of them. That's one of them. New York has hundreds of thousands of these foreign nationals roaming around. Why does she have $13,000 in food stamps? I'm mystified. I mean, veterans are literally sleeping on the freaking streets with maybe $100, $200 a month in food stamps. And they fought in wars to protect this country.
Well, I pity this man. I pity him because he's had a very bumpy rollout so far. And here he is once again saying one thing in public and another thing in private. So how much of a liability is this guy becoming?
Oh, I think so. I think Trump is shaking. He's like, I picked the wrong guy. What did I do? Oh, he's bad now. He's
Well, he
bad.
listened to his
because,
sons.
you know, the other side has energy and youth and brilliance. And, you know, it's time for America to grow up. We're 248 years old, all right?
Yeah, you look like you're about 248 years old. I don't know who I like the least.
Imaginable issue that affects everyday Americans in this country and change the way they speak about people.
Okay, let's talk about change, and let's talk about somebody holding a grudge. Okay, audience that's directed and instructed to applaud when they're told to. Good little sheep they are.
Tooketh.
I think it's a great idea. House sitters get somewhere to stay.
Even worse, Whoopi Goldberg.
Now, the Republican nominees campaign has publicly claimed that Harris has taken the reins of the Democratic ticket and it doesn't change a thing for them. But J.D. Vance had a much different story at a private fundraiser last weekend. Take a look and a listen.
All of us were thinking a little bit of a political sucker punch. The bad news is that Kamala Harris does not have the same baggage as Joe Biden because whatever you might say, Kamala Harris is a lot younger, and Kamala Harris is obviously not struggling in the same ways that Joe Biden did.
What? Yeah, they are.
How about...
Really? Political election. You gotta shake your ass in front of this little boy.
Oh my God.
Face.
Oh my God.
No shame, man. No shame.
It was at that moment that Martha realized she had made a terrible mistake. That perhaps her entire life had been one long series of terrible mistakes that led her to willingly attending a Democratic rally and a Harris rally.
What is this?
Yeah, oh my God.
I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need.
Taxpayer-funded sex changes for prison inmates. $100,000 surgery so men can switch to women's prisons and have more fun.
I mean,
as a former prosecutor, Kamala was putting criminals in jail back before liberals decided that was a bad thing. And now that CVS is locking the shaving cream behind plexiglass, Democrats are coming around to her again.
Thank you. Passing. Not saying anything. I'll let you guys fight with everybody. I'll let you guys fight with TD Online, right? And if I'm not mistaken here, he's the brother, the guy who was passing as black to steal benefits, right? While being an Indian man. He's the brother of whatever, Mindy Klings? Kalings? I don't know how to say the last name. But isn't this the same woman that Kamala Harris did that little cooking show with on YouTube, where they were discussing their favorite Indian cuisines? If I'm not mistaken, is this not the same woman? Let me make this a little bigger. That's the same woman, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that is the same exact woman that Kamala Harris did the little cooking show with on YouTube, where they were discussing their favorite cuisines. Shout out to my man Untruth, Kayleen. I appreciate you, Kayleen. Kayleen, I appreciate you, Untried. Thank you, bro. That's the same woman. So Kamala Harris is cool with and friends with, buddy with, doing YouTube videos discussing their favorite Indian cuisines with the woman who's the brother of a man who pretended to be black to get into medical school. I rest my case.
I rest your case.
You're correct. Same dangerous path of Venezuela with Plan C, and perhaps maybe the best
plan. A migrant, okay, an immigrant, left a receipt in the store. And you know how I got the food stamp remaining balance at the bottom of the receipt, right? $13,500 with a $5,000 cash, Larry. Okay? Migrant, somebody that's not from this country. Now, you are a veteran, and you've also served this country, correct?
Correct.
Now tell these people, okay, after I just said they left the receipt with a $13,000 food stamp balance. Tell these people, as a veteran that served this country, right? Tell them how much food stamps you get in a month.
$23.
Not $2,300.
$23.
Not $230. How much you getting in food stamps a month?
$23 a month.
$23 versus a person that's not even from this country versus a person that did not serve this country. $13,000 they said it was on that receipt.
$23.
And you fighting to get your what?
100.
Your 100% from the VA. He can't even get it. Right. America, you should be ashamed of your God.
100%.
You should be ashamed of yourself. See if Kamala gonna fix that. Here this man is a veteran, okay? Fighting for his 100%. He done fought for this country, and he get $23 worth of food stamps every month. And then they done found a damn receipt of an immigrant, a migrant, getting $13,000 a month, Larry. Not every 5 months, not every year, a month. Is it not a slap in the face?
Slap in the face. But that's sad. Fighting for this country ain't even worth it.
Nope, it's not. You got it? Roll with it. Say.
Primetime television.
No sex, please.
No. Everyone was always so excited when Whoopi would come because Whoopi's just so funny and your energy is just through the roof. And whenever there was a lighting change or a downtime between scenes, everyone, cast and crew, would just pull up their chairs around Whoopi and laugh their asses off at things that she said. So it was always wonderful to. You've been my hero since I was a small kid, so it was always wonderful to have you laugh.
It was always a pleasure to be there because those kids. It was a great cast, and this is what I want to say to people. If something is in a book, don't be afraid of it. It's in a book. It's on a piece of paper. It's someone's idea of something. If it's not your cup of tea, don't read the book. But give it to other people.
You don't leave it in children's classrooms.
What is working for them and what is not. I'm tired
you
of
don't
people
leave
saying,
it in children's classrooms.
You can't
that
read
is
that.
the whole point.
Tell the
Nonsense.
library if you don't want your kid to read a book.
so that other children who come
not in any child.
That their parents are okay.
No.
We're getting really crazy now.
No.
But I'm crazy about you. I'm thrilled that this is your 20th.
Of course you're crazy
got
about him.
And this child is extraordinary. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Nonsense.
It's not just that he can sing and dance, but his soul is there. His soul is present. And I can say that because I've spent time. So our thanks to Chris Coffer. We love you.
Chris Coffer says you are a fool. That's what Chris Coffer says you are. Wookie, you're a fool. Because you don't fear God. Piece of nonsense, trash, filth. That's, yeah.
At the Sydney Opera House, and I'm certain that he would have been as impressed with what you did with that song as I am.
From that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, you get out and you create a crowd, and you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome.
As a member of Congress with people, who evidently had a racist attitude, and recently one even confronted me in a restaurant. And they don't say racist things, but what they say is they don't like something I said. They don't like a position that I took.
She says candidate J.D. Vance for calling women without kids childless cat ladies.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it?
Jennifer Aniston, who rarely makes need to turn to IVF as a second option because you're trying to take that away from her too. This is actually really, really interesting because per the